Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon and welcome to Let's Study Abroad April edition part 1. Today, 15th of April 2021. I am very glad to see all of you here participating in our event with great interest. And let me introduce myself first. My name is Fazaz, your Master of Ceremony for today. And as always, before we start our session, I will read some rules that you have to follow during today's event. So starting from the first rule, the participants are required to enter the Zoom meeting 15 minutes before the scheduled time. If the participants are unable to join on time, the participants have to inform our contact person. Second, the participant must change the display name to name_student number or NRP. You can see the example shared by our committee on the screen. Later, before the breakout room session, you have to change your display name by adding the partner university name at the front. But you don't have to do this now. You will change your name later when we going to enter the breakout room. The third one is the participants are encouraged to use the virtual background, which we have attached to the email. If there is any technical problem, it is allowed not to use the virtual background. The next one is the participants must mute their microphones during the session unless allowed by the MC or the moderator. The fifth one, the participants have to turn their camera on as a requirement to get STEM for it. So if you're not turning on your camera, I think you will not get your STEM for it later. And the sixth one, if there are any questions, the participants can drop the question in the chat box using the available format sent by our committee, or use the raise hand feature and wait until the MC or moderator allows them to speak. And the last one, the participants have to fill out the attendance and feedback form as requirement to get the STEM for it also. So please note that each link will be closed 30 minutes after being shared by the committee. So as you can see in the chat box, the committee already sent the link to the attendance form. So don't forget to fill out the form. Maybe I will give you 1 or 2 minutes to fill out the form before we move on to the next agenda. And please keep in mind that the form will be closed 30 minutes after being shared. Okay, so maybe while you are still filling the attendance form, for some of you, maybe this is the first time attending Let's Study Abroad session or LSA. So let me explain a bit about what are we going today. So Let's Study Abroad or LSA April edition is a discussion and consultation session by ITS partner universities from all around the world for all student levels. And we had held the previous LSA last month with 3 of our other partners. Now in today's LSA April edition part 1, we have representatives from other 3 universities, which is also our partners. The first one is Mr. Choi Na-kyun and Ms. Lee Na-yoon from Chung-Ang University South Korea. And the second one is Dr. Rosette Era Espeo Chemist and Ms. Shayna B. Salvador from Mapua University Philippines. And last but not least, we have Ms. Esther Latini from Sapienza University of Rome, Italy. And yeah, before we move on, I will present today's agenda for you. So the first agenda, we will have an opening statement from the Senior Manager of ITS Global Engagement Office on Promotion and Mobility. And then each partner university will share about their institution and their programs, followed by a session, a panel discussion session where you will be able to find out more about each university by asking questions that will be answered by all the representatives. And after the panel discussion, you will enter the breakout rooms, and there will be 1 room for each partner. And while in the breakout room, you can ask further questions and consult with each representative. And so, yeah, I think you are already filling out the attendance form. And once again, I'll remind you that it is important for you and for all the participants to fill out the attendance form so that you can get your stamp for it later. Okay, so now we will proceed to our first agenda, and that is an opening statement from the Senior Manager of ITS Global Engagement Office on promotion and mobility. So this opening statement will be brought to you by Dr. Oktavianti Dwi Wahyurini or Bu Oin. So for Bu Oin, do you ready to give an opening statement?
Yes. Yes, of
Okay,
course,
so
Faza.
okay, for Bu Oin, the time is yours.
Thank you so much, Faza, for opening this wonderful sessions. To our honorable guest from Mapua University, the Philippines, Dr. Rosette Eira Espejo Camus, Director of International Career and Exchange, and also Miss Shana Salvador, and also from the Sapienza University of Rome, Italy, Miss Esther Latini, Erasmus Plus International Credit Mobility Team, from Chung-Ang University South Korea, who's represented by Korean Students Ambassador of Chung-Ang University, Mr. Choi Nak-yun, and also Miss Lee Na-yeon. Good afternoon and good morning, everyone. Welcome to the ITS Let's Study Abroad. First of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our esteemed partners from Mapua University Philippines, Sapienza University of Rome, Italy, and also from Chung-Ang University South Korea for their willingness to join this event. As a university that is keen to be a world-class university, having the students to experience international exposures is essential for ITS. For the past 5 years, we have sent 2,800 of our students to 33 countries around the globe to participate in several internationalization programs, including student exchange, short program, and also internships. And according to the QS 2021 editions, ITS Urban Mobility is one of the strongest in Asia. Indeed, the global pandemic has made it difficult for us to do the physical mobility. However, it also has been proven that the pandemic does not stop us to strive in creating innovations in mobility program. ITS is thankful for your incredible support from our partners, as the mobility program will not be possible without the strong partnerships between us. The LSA allows ITS students to connect with ITS international partners and help them to identify international programs that suits them. I'm very hopeful that ITS students will take this wonderful opportunity by actively engage in discussions and asking many questions regarding living costs, academic life, accommodations, and so on. I'm gladly to open this exciting program. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Oktavianti Dwi Wahyurini, for the very great and motivating, welcoming speech. So, and yeah, we hope this session can motivate us to participate in future programs held by, held by our partner universities. So, moving on to the next agenda, we have a presentation by Mr. Choi Nak-hyun and Ms. Lee Na-yeon as representatives from Korean Students Ambassador of Chung-Ang University South Korea. So for Mr. Choi Nak-hyun and Ms. Lee Na-yeon, you may start your presentation.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I hope all is well, and thank you for inviting us to this event. Here we have Mr. Choi, our leader of Global Ambassador of Chung-Ang University, and I am Na-yeon Lee, also a Global Ambassador of Chung-Ang University. Today, I would like to introduce the programs of Chung-Ang University. Before we begin, let me introduce our school briefly. Chung-Ang University is a leading private institute of Korea with more than 30,000 students and 900 faculty. It was established in 1918, and it's been more than 100 years old now. CAU is recognized as the nation's best in the fields of pharmacy, culture, and art education. We have two campuses, one in Seoul, the capital city of Korea, and the other one in a city called Anseong. These are some pictures of the campus in Seoul. Sorry, I'll just go back. These are the pictures of the campus. I'll divide my presentation into 4 parts, as you can see in this page. Now I'll introduce to you our exchange program. Chung-Ang University administers a wide range of student exchange programs with partner schools around the world on a semester or academic basis. Academic year basis, sorry. And the credits earned at Chung-Ang University can be transferred back to the student's home university. Students who want to study for a semester or a year can participate in undergraduate courses offered in Korean in all subjects and about 1,000 courses offered in English. Graduate students can also participate in the exchange program, however, can only take the GSIS or MBA course. In this case, please be aware that you cannot apply for majors such as medicine, pharmacy, nursing, and law. And there are special courses on Korean studies and English for exchange students that can help students learn about Korean language and culture. There are services for exchange and visiting students. We call this exchange program SOS-CAU. It is for undergraduate students. There are 2 semesters in a year, which are spring and fall. The spring semester is from March to mid-June, and for visiting on spring semester, you have to apply till November. The fall semester is from September to mid-December, and you have to apply by May for the coming fall semester. Please keep in mind that this is fee paying and not fee waived, and also that the dates can be changed. The International Center assists international students with housing, orientation, general academic affairs, university facilities, health insurance, and personal concerns. A peer student advisor, so-called CLAM, who is a Chung-Ang University student, is assigned to each international exchange student to provide the latter with assistance in adapting to campus life. The OIA also regularly offers to better understand Korean culture and society. This table is quite important to students who want to come to CAU. The tuition is waived for international exchange students, but students are responsible for their housing and meal costs, unless the exchange agreement has a waiver provision. Dormitory or apartment housing is available for all exchange students. The estimated expenses are as follows. These estimates are subject to change. For 1 semester, you should keep in mind $4,300, which are included with book, meals, personal expenses, transportation, and housing. To promote student exchange programs, Chung-Ang University offers special scholarships and benefits. In addition to the general benefits, based on the terms and conditions of the exchange agreement between Chung-Ang University and partner institutions. First, CAU GSI. The CAU student internship is an opportunity for exchange students to work at on-campus activities. This opportunity is only open to those universities that have an agreement regarding the CAU GSI scholarship. The tuition is waived for international exchange students, but students are responsible for their housing and meal costs, unless the exchange agreement has a waiver provision. Next is CAU OIA Fellowship. The CAU OIA Fellowship is the scholarship that is awarded to the most qualified recipient, deemed by the international office staff, whom will get the opportunity to work on an internship position as the International Exchange Student Advisor Assistant in the Chung-Ang University Office of International Affairs. The role is to provide guidance to exchange students and being an ambassador for the international students. You will have the opportunity to be an essential and important role for the international office team while also studying here at the university. However, this is subject to change depending on the COVID-19 situation. This section is about housing, which you can choose on or off campus. Exchange students are housed at the dormitories of Seoul or Ansan campus based on the campus that the students are assigned to. Room type is normally 2 beds, and the cost per semester is 1,280,000 won in Seoul and 800,000 won in Ansan without meal plan. You should also keep in mind that the price is subject to change. Additionally, due to COVID-19, one room per student is provided at the moment. These pictures are the outside and inside of the Seoul campus dormitory on winter. And these are pictures of the Ansan campus dormitory. In addition, these are the facilities of the dormitory. For a successful exchange student life, we are furnished with a study room, computer room, and gym. If deciding that living in a dormitory is not for you, but you are unsure of the housing options Korea has or how to start your search, you have come to the right place. First, I will introduce the small box room. In Korean, it's called 고시원. It is an original Korean concept housing in the housing industry. It was originally meant for students who want to find temporary lodging when studying for an important test or exam. Next is a share house. Just like in the name, you are living in a shared space with other people, where the living and kitchen area are communal. Other facilities include bathroom, utilities, and Wi-Fi. There are also guest houses, which are similar to the dormitory. They are a good option for exchange students and visitors, typically staying short-term. Now, I'm going to talk about GLAM and Global Lounge. GLAM is a shortened name of Global Ambassadors in Chung-Ang University. GLAM is a group of students who are selected and trained to facilitate global activities on CAU campus and offer friendly advice and help. The GLAM can help the exchange students before their arrival to Chung-Ang University and throughout the semester regarding living in Korea and the campus. GLAM will provide pickup service to help students find their way to the campus from the airport. Also, exchange students can experience many cultural events and excursions arranged by GLAM. And lastly, GLAM and the exchange students can organize small groups or clubs with people who share similar interests. This is GLAM's Instagram address below, so please check out our various activities. Next, our university provides a Global Lounge program. The Global Lounge offers K-Lounge for exchange students to learn Korean for free. So, who are the teachers of Global Lounge? That's GLAM. GLAMs are native Korean students at Chung-Ang University who are working to help exchange students feel more comfortable in their new surroundings. GLAMs teach a wide range of Korean, from the Korean alphabet and expressions to Korean culture. So how do they teach? For basic level, we teach consonant, vowel, and pronunciation of Hangul, which is Korean. For intermediate level, we teach a simple sentence and conversation. For advanced level, we teach Korean slang and short paragraph reading. For a Korean culture class, Korean drinking etiquette, and Korean traditional games. These programs will be offered at the Global Lounge, which is located on the left side of Building 204, which is the library building. It opens during 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., Mondays to Fridays. The Global Lounge is also one of the duties of GSI, which stands for Global Student Internship, and they will share responsibilities of running the Global Lounge with GLAM. However, due to COVID-19, the Global Lounge and K-Lounge are closed at the moment. Next, I will introduce CCAP, a special workshop of Chung-Ang University. CCAP is CAU Korean Exploration Program that takes 1 to 2 days. Exchange students and GLAM visit various Korean cultural experience sites together, including the outskirts of Seoul. It will be held around 4 times a semester, but it can be changed depending on the COVID-19 situation. Now, I'll show you detailed examples of CCAP activities. First, it is a hanbok experience. Hanbok is the traditional Korean outfit. It is still worn on special occasions or holidays and remains as an icon of the country. Students can try on this beautiful yet comfortable clothing in many places around Seoul. In this program, students can try the traditional wedding hanbok and turn your memories into actual photos to bring home to share. At the same time, you will have an opportunity to explore around Hanok, a traditional Korean house. Second, you can enjoy temple stay. The temple stay is a great opportunity to learn about Korean Buddhism. This unique cultural program will allow students to experience the life of a Buddhist practitioner at a traditional Korean temple. The temple stay experience includes meditation practice, monastic meal offerings, which is vegetarian food, and the Buddhist tea ceremony. By staying at the temple, one can relieve the stress of keeping up with modern society and find a peace of mind. People also get to look around the beautiful structure of the temple. The temple stay can give a person valuable time to reflect and find one's true self. The third is Nami Island. Nami Island is a tourist attraction located in Gapyeong. People can enjoy a peaceful time in nature, and each season gives a different kind of scenery. This place is also well known because 겨울연가, Winter Sonata, one of the most famous K-drama series, was filmed on Nami Island. People can also rent bicycles to look around the island or get onto the island using the zip line system instead of a boat. Nami Island is a cultural space where people can enjoy nature, activities, and the culture. Finally, you can enjoy a Han River cruise tour. The Han River is one of the longest rivers in the Korean peninsula, and it runs through all of Seoul. It is a popular spot to have a rest and for enjoying a weekend hanging out with friends and family. Out of several ways to enjoy this place, the Han River cruise is the most popular attraction. Students can explore famous tourist spots such as the 63 building and Seoul Tower, etc., and spend a wonderful time enjoying the night scenery and the moonlight fountain show that takes place. During the tour, it offers a live music performance as well, which to many makes the tour even more entertaining. Now, I'd like to introduce about the short program in CAU. Our short program is named ISP, which is an abbreviation of International Summer Program. Students can get credits using the short program in the vacation. However, unfortunately, the short program is not being held at the moment due to the coronavirus. Therefore, today, let's have a look at the 2019 summer program. First, there are 2 sessions students can choose, Session 1 and Session 2. Dates can be changed every year, so please check the website. As you can see in the right table, there are 2 track courses. Students can choose 1 course credit among 6 major A courses. So, from major A course, you are able to receive 3 credits. In addition, major B simply consists of 5 special lectures, which are 3 hours long each, along with multiple cultural activities by CCAP explained before. Therefore, you can receive another 3 credits from major B. In conclusion, students can receive 6 credits in total. For Session 2, there are also 2 courses here. Students can choose 1 course among major A courses. Next, major B consists of 5 special lectures, which are Korean pop culture, arts of Korea, Korean music, Korean economy, Korean folklore, and culture, along with multiple cultural activities by CCAP. So students can get 2 credits from major B course. In total, students are able to receive 5 credits from Session 2. This table shows the overall schedule of the short program. As I said before, the specific date is being changed every year, so please check out our website for details. Also, in both sessions, we provide the Korean Lounge program. The Korean Lounge is the place where students can practice Korean language with a local CAU student, like in the picture. Many exchange students use this place actively to improve their Korean skills. If you want to know about fees, you can refer to this table. Here, you can see the mandatory fee, credit fee, dormitory fee, and airport pickup service fee, which is optional. We provide 50% tuition discount as a scholarship for those who are nominated by CAU's partner institutions. If students want to get a full refund, they should cancel 2 weeks before the program starts. If you cancel 13 days to 1 day before the program starts, you will get a 50% refund, and from the first day of the program, there is no refund. That's all for the short program, and thank you so much for listening. I hope to see you in CAU later on. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Dinayon, for the amazing presentation, and I think it was very clear and informative. And also, I would like to say to the participants, if you have any questions, you can ask them in the panel discussion session later. And how you can ask them will be shared by the committee later. And once again, thank you very much, Mr. Choi Nak-hyun and Ms. Lee Na-yeon for the wonderful presentation. So moving right along, we will have a presentation by Dr. Rosette Era Espeo, chemist, as the Director of International Career and Exchange, and Ms. Shayna B. Salvador from Mapua University, Philippines. So for Dr. Rosette and Ms. Shayna, without any further ado, the time is yours.
Yes, good afternoon to all the IDS students, and I believe we're also joined by some of the parents. So good afternoon, and thank you to ITS for inviting us in this Let's Study Abroad session for your students. So let me share the screen with you to introduce our university. Right, so our university is named Mapua University, and we're located in the Philippines. We are a publicly listed company, owned by a publicly listed company called IPPOL, and we're considered the biggest engineering school in the Philippines. With about right now, because of the pandemic, we're short of 9,000 students. We foster tradition of excellence in the fields of engineering, architecture, information technology, business, and social sciences education. And we provide our students with the learning environment that makes them globally and digitally competitive. We have 2 campuses. The main campus is located in the very heart of the Manila City, called the Intramuros campus. So Intramuros actually means inside the wall, because we are located in a very historic location in Metro Manila. The other campus is located in Makati, in Makati City. So this is the central business district of Metro Manila, the Greater Metro Manila. This is the old campus. We're moving into a new campus, and I don't have the picture yet because we have not yet moved to that campus. Hopefully within the year. We also have subsidiaries, and these are our program offerings. In the undergraduate programs, masters, we also have joint programs, doctorate, and a diploma program. So we also were awarded Centers of Excellence by the Commission on Higher Education, which is equivalent to your Ministry of Education. In mostly on our engineering programs, as you can see here, and with our IT education, which is composed of the computer science, information technology, and information systems. We're also awarded the Center of Development for our industrial engineering program. We are also very proud that we are the first to have an ABET accreditation in the whole of East Asia. And we now have 11 ABET accredited engineering programs, as you can see here. That also includes 3 of our ABET accredited computing programs, the computer science, information technology, and information systems. We're also awarded the QS stars. We're actually now given a four-star rating in 2020. Sorry that this is not yet updated. And in the Philippines, we're one of the biggest universities or one of the top universities that are actually recognized in the industry, and our graduates are placed either or ranked either first or second in terms of the salaries that they receive within these categories. Now let me introduce the international programs to you. Right. So our Office of International Career and Exchange Programs is responsible in creating or the implementing and developing programs for internationalization or for the internationalization of the university. And these are our international program offerings. So similar to other universities, we do have the student exchange, but please take note that Mapua's academic calendar is a quarter system. So the equivalent of 2 quarters in Mapua is actually 1 semester in partner universities. So basically the period of exchange when you come over to Mapua would be 2 terms, and this can be extended subject to the approval of your home university. Or it can also be, by your choice, a one-term exchange program. We also have joint programs with select partner universities, and we're working one with ITS right now. Hopefully, that's something that we can offer to you in the coming school years. One of the most popular programs we have is the English Camp. So this is a 1-month English as a second language class, which has organizational immersion, cultural immersion, and trips, as well as the local trip to destinations of your choice, such as Boracay, Palawan, Cebu, and Bohol. So it's a very popular program amongst our partners, which are non-native English-speaking universities. We also have the international on-the-job training. This can be part of the student exchange program. So when you come to Mapua as an exchange student, we can offer you we can include internship as part of that exchange program, and you will be placed in any of the 500 local partners we have for the internship. We also have the summer school. Right now, we only have one team. This is called the Renewable Energy Innovation and Leadership Experience, or we simply call it the RAIL. And this is in partnership with one of the biggest renewable energy companies in the Philippines called Petro Energy. So it's typically a month, well, actually 3 weeks. Okay, so it's a 3-unit course on renewable energy where you get to have lectures from experts in the academy and in the industry. Industry meaning the facilitators are coming from Petro Energy and their company and their partner industries. And you get to visit the actual plants for solar, geothermal, and wind energy. And the last activity will be a culminating trip in Boracay, because the wind company or the wind farm of Petro Energy is located near Boracay. So for programs and fees, if you are coming in as a student exchange, then if ITS is a partner, so definitely this will be waived. For English Camp, it actually depends on the number of participants. If ITS will be sending a group of 30 students, then the average cost for the 1-month intensive program is around $1,530 US. This already includes your classes, immersions, accommodation, transportations, domestic insurance, your special study permit, the cultural trip, and the local tours. For the international OJT, similarly, because this you will be coming in as a student, as an exchange student, then the program fee is waived. For summer school, which is the rail, that's about 1,000 US dollars for the 3-week program, and this can be a 3-unit credit course. This cost already includes the cultural trip, the program itself, the airport transfers, domestic insurance, the plant visits or the company visits itself, and the special study permit. Now, we also have to mention the cost and the estimated fees for government mandated what do you call this? Government mandated requirements. So we have the special study permit for exchange students, and we have to pay around $120 every 3 months. So if you're coming in for 2 terms, then that means you're gonna have to pay around $240 for the special study permit. And you also have to pay for the alien card or the ACR card, as we call it. It's a one-time application, and you have to pay around 65 US dollars for that. And if you're gonna stay for a longer period because you're coming in for an exchange, so you have to have your visas extended every month, and that will cost you around $60 per month. So what are the living expenses? The estimated cost per month would be around 150 to 180 for off-campus accommodation, because we do not have our own dormitories. But before you come into Manila, we make sure that you have a dormitory to stay in whichever program you will be joining or participating. The meal will be around $200 for a month. You also have to bear the cost of your personal internet, because you're gonna be living outside of the university, and that will be around $50 per month. And for medical insurances, you also have to cover $18 per month. So these are some of the accommodation that we have, or this is what we call accredited accommodation off campus. So it's St. Towers is located in Metro Manila. In Manila, it's very near the Intramuros campus. It's just a walking distance, and it's a condominium type. So the rate will be around 680 to 900 dollars per month, but this is good for 4 to 6 persons, which this excludes electricity and water expenses. It's a very convenient location because it's fronting a shopping mall. It's fronting shopping malls, banks, drugstores, laundry shops, hospitals, and convenience stores. The bedsheets and blankets and pillows are all included. Cooking is allowed, and kitchen appliances are provided. Wi-Fi is only available at the lobby area, and we have a free use of the swimming pool, but the gym has a rental fee. We also have the Herald building. This one is a dormitory type. It's within the Intramuros, so it's also a walking distance to the Intramuros campus. It's around $150 per month per person, and that includes already the electricity and water expenses. So it's also nearby to convenience stores, restaurants, and it's a walking distance to shopping malls. But bed sheets, blankets, and pillows are not included, and you're not allowed to cook inside the room. But you have to use common bathroom and toilet, as well as common study area with Wi-Fi. We also have accredited dormitory or accommodation in Makati called Lobdi. This is a sort of like hotel type or condominium type in a sense. And the rate is about $13 per night per person. So these are the pictures of the dormitory. So you will see that they have shared bathroom, luggage storage, You have private large lockers. There's a rooftop restaurant and bar. You have laundry vending machine in the shared bathroom, but cooking is not allowed inside the room. So what do we do as part of the exchange program or whatever short program that you would want to participate in? So part of that will be, of course, Mapua team, including the student body to pick you up at the airport and accompany you to your dormitories. Then we have activities prior to the classes or the program where you will be given an orientation and you meet and greet with the student body. You register for the enrollment process, the ID, campus tour, and the endorsement to respective schools. Of course, if you're staying for long-term in exchange programs, then you have to secure the special study permit and we'll be able to assist you with that. As well as for your visa extension, insurance, and of course, anything and everything that you will need, you just have to coordinate with our office. So these are the different disciplines that we have. As I have mentioned earlier, we're how do I say it? We're more popular in terms of engineering and sciences as well as architecture and design. But we also have programs in business management, which are located in our Makati campus. The information technology is also located in the Makati campus, as well as the media studies. And we also have social sciences and education. So these are our academic calendars. So the first quarter will begin from September to November. Second quarter is from December to February. Third quarter is from March to May. And the fourth quarter is from June to August. So we do not have a break. That ends my presentation. I hope everything is clear.
All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Rosette Eira Espejo Camus, for the very amazing presentation. I think it is also very insightful for all the students participating here. And we all hope that it could motivate us to study abroad in your campus. And I also want to remind the participants once again, if you have any questions, you can save your questions and ask them in the panel discussion session later. So moving on to the last presentation for today, it will be brought to you by Ms. Esther Latini as the Erasmus Plus International Credit Mobility Team at Sapienza University of Rome, Italy. So for Ms. Esther Latini, the time is yours.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Actually, here it's morning. Today I'm here together with Graziella Gaglione. She's the head of our unit. I don't know if she's in touch right now, see if she can say something.
Yes, hello,
okay.
hello everyone.
I will now present our presentation. I will share with you my screen, and I hope you will not get bored too much. So I hope you will like it. Hope you can all hear this. Perfect. Okay, so welcome to Sapienza, virtually speaking. And Sapienza University is located in Rome, in Italy. This is how our university looks like. So I have also added some pictures just to give you a quick overview of our university. So let's go straight on to these numbers and data. So Sapienza is a very, very ancient university, and it has more than 113,000 students enrolled, lots of international students, and we usually host more than 1,400 Erasmus or anyway in exchange students every year. We have over 280 degree programs, over 50 of them are taught in English. And we also have lots of international programs. Now we will see more in details what I'm talking about. The services that we offer plenty of services for students, libraries, museums, social and sport activities. We also have an orchestra. You can join the orchestra and play music with them. We have a theater project, Sapienza radio, and some intermediary services which can help you in finding a suitable accommodation, because what we cannot offer to incoming students is an accommodation indeed. We do not have any dormitory for students. So these are the services that we offer. Just some pictures to show you what we are talking about. Okay. Let's go more into details about the university system in Italy. So how does it work? We usually have a primary education and then a lower and upper secondary education. And then we go into the higher education system. So we have a bachelor level, master level, and PhD. What we usually offer for exchange students is bachelor, master, and PhD. The professional masters that you see on the right side of your screen are not included into the exchange programs. How is the grade system in Italy? So what you have to do in order to pass an exam. Grade systems goes from a minimum of 18 to a maximum of 30, and 30 cum laude, which is actually the excellent version of the exam. So in order to pass an exam, you have to get at least 18. Our system is based on ECTS credits. So 1 credit, that's usually called in Italian CFU, counts 25 hours of studying and lectures. I hope you will enjoy this video now.
Sorry, Miss Esther.
Yes?
The sound is not coming out from your video. Maybe you forgot to click share sound.
Okay, let me check.
Yeah, we cannot hear the sound. Maybe you may stop share and share again, but please don't forget to click share sound in the left one, in the left bottom. You can stop share first and then add again. You may stop share first, and then when you would like to click share screen, please click share screen. This like option in the left, yeah, click share and sound. Thank you, Gracie. Okay, perfect.
Okay. Hope you liked it. So let's go on. These are our faculty lists. So as I said before, we have 11 faculties, and this is the list of our faculty. Here in this slide, you can also find the link to connect to our academic offer. I guess that I will share with you all the slides at the end of this presentation so that you can have all the links if you want to connect to. And one more thing that we want to point out is that Sapienza is spread all around Rome. It's not just the main campus where our office is, but all the faculties are spread all around the city. So once you decide to reach out for our university, be sure to understand where your faculty is located, because it might be located outside the main campus. And now let's go into the mobility programs and the admission program. So if you want to spend a mobility period in Sapienza, we have at least a couple of chances for you. So we have the Erasmus Plus International Credit Mobility Program and the bilateral agreements. Then if you are looking for admissions, I will give you some more information about it. Erasmus Plus SEM program, it's a project that's promoted by the European Union and allows students and staff to spend a mobility period in Sapienza. It pays around 850 euro per month, plus the travel expenses. So students can get 800 euro 50 per month, whereas staff has a different scholarship. But now we are talking about students. And about the travel expenses, they are calculated according to a tool that's called the distance calculator, and according to the distance. So the more far you are, the more reimbursement you can get. Here you can see the details. Then we have bilateral agreements, and the bilateral agreements are actually arranged directly from a faculty to another. So from one of our faculty with one of your faculty. Usually this is how it works. And the selection process is comes by a call for applications, which usually is open twice per year, so once per semester. The deadlines for nomination is on April 15th and October 15th, according to the semester that you would like to join. The selection criteria are basically based on academic merit, motivation, and so on. If you want to get more information, here you can find the link. We already have some agreements with Indonesia, and these are the universities which collaborate with us already. And then we have the admissions program. So if you are looking for a full master degree, this is what you have to check. International students can apply for bachelor or master programs. They can choose up to 2 courses when they decide to make the applications. And usually they run from November up to April of every year. Let's say that the deadlines might vary according to the courses that you choose. So the application is totally made online, and then our academic board will evaluate the applications of the students who wants to join our master or bachelor courses and have an interview with them. So this is how it works. Even here, I left some links so that you can check it later on. Okay, so what to do in Sapienza? Not only studying, for sure. What we usually do is to welcome our students with specific events, just like welcome weeks and info days at the beginning of each semester, so that they can have their own, let's say, they can start understanding how the university is. And this is also, and not only, they can also have activities outside the Sapienza University, and they do not have to think only about studying, but also about having fun. So I'm now going to show you another short video with the activities that we offer. Hope you enjoyed it. Now let's talk about Rome and some practical information for your everyday life in Rome in case you want to come. So first of all, I guess that you all know Italy and Rome quite well, but we recommend to prepare a plan of things to do and to see while you are here, because Rome offers some amazing spots and we really suggest you to enjoy all of them. So these are some pictures. And what to do. So you can go shopping in the city center, you can have a typical Italian aperitivo in the night, and then you can go to Pincio and Zodiaco, because we have some of the most beautiful views of Rome from these 2 points. And you can go visiting the Vatican and walk along the Tiber and see Castel Sant'Angelo and St. Peter's Church. And you can also go to the mouth of the truth. That's the typical marble disc where you have to put your hands in and see if you told the truth or not. It's very famous. It's also in some movies. And then the surroundings, because it's not only Rome, but also what we have in all around. So Tarquinia, Terpeteri, and all the other small cities around Rome, all of them offers a very amazing spot. Okay, let's go also talking about food. So Italian cuisine, it's very, very famous all around the world. So we definitely suggest you to taste pizza, ice creams, and because you can find the best ones here, I guess. And now more into details about the cost of living. So the typical everyday life here. What you have to take into account for your expenses is for sure the accommodation, because as I said, unfortunately, we do not offer any dormitory for students. The monthly ticket for the bus or the metro, so the transportation. And your everyday life, I mean, food, entertainment, and so on. So the accommodation might vary from 250 up to 1,000 euro per month. It's up to many factors. It's up to the place where your house will be located. It's up to the fact if you want to have a single or a shared room or a full flat all for you. Then you have to keep into account the bus and the metro ticket. So we usually suggest students to get the monthly pass, which costs 35 euro, and you will be able to get all the means of transportation around Rome for 1 month. So this is something that you have to pay monthly. Then you have to consider also your everyday expenses for food, for shopping, for entertainment, and so on. Let's say that once you are an exchange student in Sapienza, you do not have to pay fees, of course. So you are totally exempted from paying the tuition fees, but you might consider some expenses for photocopies, books, or something like that. It's not very common. Mostly our courses are, let's say, are offered. Let's say that the material for our courses is also offered online. So it's quite uncommon to go buying a book or additional material, but it might happen. So we are waiting for you in Sapienza. These are our contacts. I will leave these slides to the colleagues if they want to share it with you, if you want to have our contacts in order to get more information. And Graziella is here. I don't know if she wants to add something. Otherwise, we will wait for your questions. Thank you.
No, I don't want to add anything. We are here. We are waiting for your questions. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Esther Latini, for the presentation and also some videos that all the participants can watch together. And yeah, I think it is very insightful, and we all hope that it can motivate all of us to maybe seek for the opportunity to study abroad in Sapienza University. So we have already heard the presentation from our amazing 3 partner universities. So the next agenda will be the panel discussion. So you can drop your questions in the chat box using the available format. And please ask general questions regarding the 3 partner universities in this session. And you'll be given the chance to ask more detailed questions later in the breakout room session. And in this panel discussion, it will be led by Mr. Wahyu as a moderator. So for your information, Mr. Wahyu is Manager for Contact and Mobility Program at ITS Global Engagement Office. So without further ado, to Mr. Wahyu, you may take the lead.
Okay, thank you so much, Faiza. So again, everyone, please give big applause for our lovely speaker for today. We have Nayeon Shi and also Nakyun and Ninayon from the Chung-Ang University. We also have Dr. Eira and Miss Sheina from Mapua University, and also, of course, Miss Esther Latini and also Miss Priscilla Gaglion from the Sapienza University of Rome, Italy. So, Ms. Dr. Era, can you turn on the camera, please? So you will join with us later, so we can spotlight you in the this one. Again, let me add you to spotlight. But okay, thank you, committee. And I see. Okay, so for the like I mentioned before, that for the first this question and answer, I was expecting that everyone can give the question, yeah, from the chat box, yeah, to the chat box, yeah, and the question must be for the all 3 of universities. So again, if you have specific university question related to the each university, please hold it, yeah, please keep your first, yeah, you may give your question later in the breakout room, yeah, or I can also later read some question that you already put in your registration form, yeah, when you register to this session. So again, everyone, if you have a question, please kindly let me know, and also also sorry if I mix bahasa and English, because I saw that there is some parents, yeah, from IU International Undergraduate Program also join the session with their child. So yes, Bapak Ibu, monggo juga bisa bertanya dalam bahasa Indonesia. So I will translate later the question in English, seperti itu. Ya, termasuk juga buat teman-teman semua kalau masih merasa nggak pede with your English, you still not confident, ya, belum percaya diri dengan Englishnya, you may feel free deliver to your question in bahasa Indonesia, and of course I will help you to translate into the English. Yeah, so again, you may write your question, yeah, in the chat box, and please kindly put your name and NRP, because as I mentioned, we mention always that for the one who give the best question, we will give them OFO, yeah, OFO, the top up OFO for the best question for the 2 person, yeah, for every LSR, yeah. Of course, the OFO is provided by our ITS Global Engagement Office. Okay, so maybe I will start to take the question. Yeah, while waiting the question in the chat box, I start the question about I start the question from the registration form. Okay, so for the first question, Ms. Esther, Ms. Grazueli, Dr. Eira, and also Nakin and Nayon. So there is a basic question actually. So the first, is there any transportation that we can provide by the university if the student come to your university as the exchange program? Yeah, if there is no like transportation will be provided by the university, is there any guidance for our student if they would like to go from the airport to your university? And the second question is actually always asking in every Let's Study Abroad session. Do you provide like some multifunctional room that our Muslim student can?
I'm sorry, Mr. Wahyu.
Yeah.
I think several times your voice is getting lower and lower.
Okay, wait a second.
I think you can check your microphone.
Yeah, is still my voice still unclear? Hello?
No, it is still a bit hard to hear your voice. I'm sorry. Now we cannot hear your voice at all. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. Wahyu, we cannot hear your voice at all right now after you put on the earphone. No, we can't. So yeah, for all the participants and all the speakers, we are very sorry. I think Mr. Wahyu still have a technical difficulties, and I think we will try to fix this technical difficulties. How about now, Mr. Wahyu? Can you try to maybe say a word or two? All right, so because Mr. Wahyu has some technical difficulties, I think I will try to deliver some questions from the participants that has been submitted through the registration form. So the first general question is, because the majority of people in Indonesia are Muslims, is there any maybe mosque or praying facilities for a Muslim in your respective university? Maybe we can start from Chung-Ang University.
Yes, of course we have. There is Itaewon. The city name of Itaewon is near the campus. It will take about 30 minutes by bus or subway. Yes, there are a lot of Muslims in the Itaewon city. Yes.
All right, thank you very much. So the next one may be from Dr. Eira from Mapua University.
Yes, we do have our own ecumenical prayer room inside the university. So whenever they are in the campus, they can use that in time for their prayers. There's also a mosque near the university, just a one ride from the Intramuros campus, and it's just about probably around 2 kilometers at that. So yeah, there is a facility inside the campus, and there are also mosques nearby where they can do their respective prayers.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Camus, for the answer. And then lastly, we have Miss Esther or Miss Graziella. How about in Sapienza University?
Yes, we do not have a space within the main campus, but there is a big mosque in Rome, which is one of the biggest mosques in Europe. It's not that easy to reach the mosque, but as far as we know, all our students are attending the ceremonies over there during Fridays, and so I know that they can reach the mosque. It's in a very beautiful place. It's close to a villa, which is a big green park in Rome, and the mosque is over there.
All right, so for the Sapienza University of Rome, you don't have a special maybe praying facilities in the university, but in Rome there are one of the biggest mosques, yeah, I think in Italy or Europe. So yeah, I think hope that answers all the participants' question about praying facilities or mosques in the university from Chung-Ang, Mapua, and also Sapienza University. So for the next questions, from the participants is there any transport facilities provided by the university from the airport, maybe to the dormitory or to the place of stay for the international students? So maybe we can start from Dr. Kemus from Mapua University.
Yes, that's part of the services of the office. So if they come in as an exchange student or as a student participating in any of our short programs, of course, we will be the ones to be responsible in their airport and drop off, and pick up. But as far as everyday transportation is concerned, for exchange students, long-term exchange students at least, they will have to bear the cost of that. So normally, if they're living in the recognized or accredited dormitories that I have shown earlier, which are just about walking distance, then they don't necessarily have to have transportation transportation allowances for that. But if they are participating as part of the short program, say for example the English camp or the summer school program, these are already part of their fees or program fees. So everyday transportation from the dormitory up to the campus or and to the places that they will need to visit as part of the program will already be part of the cost.
All right, thank you very much for the answer, Dr. Kemus. And the next one, maybe from Sapienza University of Rome, Ms. Esther or Ms. Desiel.
We do not have a specific service for that, but we offer a buddy service. So some of our students are willing to give information and practical instructions to incoming students, and they are paid to do this. So they are there in order to help students and give them all the tips and all the instructions for the best facilities to reach Rome.
Oh, wow, thank you very much for all the information, Ms. Estelatini. And the last one from Chung-Ang University. How about in Chung-Ang University, I guess?
Yes, we do have a bus provided from the school to the airport. So us GLAMs, Global Ambassadors, would be coming to the airport with the bus. So we will pick up the students and go to the dormitory. However, because of the COVID situation, we're not providing any buses at the moment, but there will be quarantine taxis that you can call privately and they will take you to the dormitory.
All right, thank you very much for the answer, and that is all. I hope that answer your questions about transport facilities from the airport to the university or to the dormitory. So yeah, I see Mr. Wahyu already joined again with us now. How about now, Mr. Wahyu? Is there still a technical difficulties?
Yeah, can you hear my voice?
Yeah, now we can hear your voice very clearly.
Okay, I log in into device. Just in case, let me turn off the second. For the question, I'm sorry because now it's is the time for everyone is coming back from the office, so I still a bit office. Okay, so I move to the next question. I hope I didn't know. There is a question. It's about from in the chat box from your university. They asking about the preferable. So normally, if our student go to the Italy, Korea, or Philippines, which one is the easier? Do you think like they need to bring the card or the cash? Yeah, or it's better is to provide the cash if they living because they're living for the long period. Yeah, so it's better to using the card in everywhere, or should they prepare cash? Yeah, so for example, like they need to always exchange the money into their currency or anything. Yeah. Do you get the question, all the speakers? Okay, maybe I go to from the Sapienza team first, Miss Graziella or Miss Esther. You would like to answer first?
Are you asking whether it's more feasible to, or it's more convenient to use cash or card in transactions?
Yes, cash or card. Yes, that's the question from our students. It's about maybe because from your experience and anything.
I am not sure if I got it because I heard some noises in the background, but you are asking if it's better to use cards or cash. Is it correct?
Cash or cards.
Cash or card. Okay, I got it. Okay, now I guess I got it. I don't know, Graziella, I guess it's almost the same. There is no difference.
I never have money in my wallet. I usually use cards, so it's very common to use cards, and
yes,
it's very very rare that you do not have the possibility of paying with a card in Italy, because by law every let's say public service is cannot well needs to accept cards. So it's really I mean I really never have money in my wallet, so I would say yes, you can use cards, and you can use cash, of course, as you wish. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Thank you so much for the answer, Mr. Esther and Miss Graziella. How about the Chung-Ang team? Maybe Lion or Nakyon, could you please help me to answer? Which one is better? Is using cash or the card?
I would say that using a card would be more convenient, because nowadays many people don't really use cash that much. If you're not going to a traditional market, or like really like some places only use cash, and mostly everywhere you can use cards. And if you have a Visa card or a MasterCard, you would be able to use it in Korea as well. So yeah, we would recommend using a card.
Okay. Thank you so much. Dr. Era, what do you think in the Mapua or like around my Philippines, Manila and so on?
In the Philippines, it's also the same. If you're going to malls where, credit cards are generally accepted, Visa or MasterCard, then you can use the cards. But it's also, I would also suggest that they would still have, a cash with them, because there are some stores, like for example, if they're not in the mall, like if they're in a flea market, and transportation in the Philippines will also be normally using cash basis. So if they're gonna travel to nearby areas in the within the nearby areas in the campus, then cash would be more convenient to pay for transportation. Unless
Okay.
they will be using.
Thank you so much.
They can also use, if they will be using Grab, then they can also use their credit cards.
Okay, thank you so much for the comprehensive explanation. So now I'm trying to wrapping up the two questions from Jody and also Fahrudin, but I will answer first and then I will give it to you. So the question is about the international program, or like the research, or maybe it's from Bapak Fahrudin, maybe it's from one of the parents, because I'm not sure parents or the student will speak in Bahasa. So they're asking about the collaboration, between ITS with the three university and also some program during the pandemic. So first of all, before I give the question to give the time to our speaker to answer, I would like to mention that every Let's Study Abroad session is ITS partner. Yeah, again, so wherever we would like to inviting in the Let's Study Abroad session, which means that they are ITS partner. So it's definitely we have somebody. Okay, so talking about the scheme, so for all the student exchange, yeah, will be handled by our office. The difference is from Chung-Ang, Mapua, if you are interested to going exchange, you need to apply to myself. But if you go to the Sapienza, you need to apply to Miss Cahyani. Because for a moment, as I understand, we have a cooperation with the Sapienza University Rome is with Erasmus Plus for the student exchange, yeah. But because of the pandemic, of course, still not opening yet. Yeah, still not opening yet because of the pandemic. And for the student exchange, for a moment, only available to university. Only available to the Chung-Ang University. Currently, we have 2 ITS students in there. They go to during the pandemic. There is one student in the Ansong campus for design. Yeah, there is Audrey from Despro, Design Product Industrial. Yeah, go to the Ansong campus. And another one, there is France from Mechanical Engineering, go to the Seoul campus. Yeah, for the scholarship depends. Yeah, I cannot say that we can guarantee. When you go to the Sapienza under Erasmus Plus, it's definitely you will get and it's including under the agreement, yeah, under the agreement when you join all the process selection, yeah, normally is about 1 or 2. Normally is 1 every semester or every year. I'm not sure, yeah, but later maybe Miss Esther will help me to update. Yeah, so that's the thing, that's one. But we are just talking also Miss Esther about opportunity to go to Sapienza without Erasmus as well. So the next question also with these two of person. Miss Esther, Dr. Aira, Miss Rosil, and also Chung-Ang students, they asking about the opportunity for research. The opportunity for research. Is there also any possibility like them, especially during the pandemic, yeah, is possible for them like virtual research, or maybe in the future they can only like example 1 or 3 months to go to your lab internship or like project lab internship. Do you think it's possible for them? Yeah, maybe you may give them with that insight.
Yes.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Okay.
the mobility programs are not suspended in Sapienza right now. Despite the pandemic, we still have mobility programs open. So we know that it's quite impossible for students to reach out for Italy or to go out, but we still try to do it. So actually, our mobility programs are still ongoing. The real thing is that the International Credit Mobility Program has been suspended for 1 year by the European Commission. So this year we we as Sapienza could not apply for fundings to the European Commission because it was closed. We will apply again for fundings next year, hopefully, and we will ask also for fundings for your country, because what we usually do is to ask for fundings for the single country and then single institutions inside the country. So as soon as the call will be open again, we will apply for fundings, and if we will be funded, then we will be able to open the mobilities with our partner institutions. And in order to answer the other question, yes, students can take exams and can make research for thesis if they wish so. But they have to have a supervisor, a tutor here in Sapienza who can follow their research in case. I don't know if Graziella wants to add something.
I'm sorry, I was interrupted, so I could not listen to the whole answer. But I also wanted to say that, of course, students can come to Sapienza according to bilateral agreements. So there is the Erasmus Plus International Credit Mobility Program, which is funded by the European Union, and the students can get money to come to Rome. And then there is the bilateral agreements program, which is funded by Sapienza, but
Okay.
only our students can get funds to go on mobility. Incoming students, they can come to Sapienza for free. They do not pay
Yeah.
fees, but they have to bear the cost of their stay here in Rome.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for the Sapienza team for the answer. Maybe Dr. Eira or Miss Shena would like to answer for the question for the
Yeah,
Mapua.
for Mapua, we do have the research internship program. So basically what they just need to, you just need as a partner institution, which is as ITS is a partner institution, you just have to nominate the students to us. And what are the
Hmm.
fields of research that they are interested in. Then we will recommend them and endorse them to our international linkage for research and development to find a suitable advisor amongst our faculty for the research internship. Unfortunately, we are not we cannot have a face-to-face research internship at this time because of the pandemic, and that also means suspension of our face-to-face classes and exchange programs. But we can always do virtual research internship program if they are still interested to do that. Yeah. So basically, the whole
Okay.
the
Okay.
process is
Thank you.
just for ITS to nominate them to us, and then we'll endorse them to the research department to find a suitable advisor for the research internship.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Eira, for the answer. And also Nagian and Nayan for related the question about the research like short time. Do you have any idea about is it possibility to do that in Chung-Ang University? As I understand, I never sending before for the 1 and 3 month in Chung-Ang. I know that's why. Do you have any idea? Is there any possibility for our student?
I'm not really sure if I understood the question clearly, but yes, there
Yes,
are
yes, yes.
yes, there are opportunities for graduate students to work as a research intern, and although undergraduate students are not able to come to the campus and have offline courses, these graduate students who are doing the research internship are able to come to school and have offline, research activities. However, for undergraduate students, as I mentioned in the presentation, there are internships such as BSI, but due to coronavirus, we're not providing those opportunities at the moment. But yes, these are the options.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for the answer, everyone. So this one. So okay. So I guess I saw also from the leaks, it's better to start the breakout room. So you may asking the detail, and so you have more time to asking about Mapua, Chung-Ang, and also Sapienza University of Rome, including Philippines, Korea, Italy, transportation, everything, food, etc. I think I'm guess here they will help. They will ready to answer you, right? Okay. Also, everyone, I will give it back to the MC or anyone would like to committee other committee to start the preparation for breakout room in every to every university. Okay. Silakan Faza.
Thank you very much, Mr. Wahyu. Although we have a little bit of a technical difficulties at the beginning, but I think we can still conduct the event pretty well. And also thank you very much for the representatives of the partner universities for providing answers to our students. And now to further find out about the university that you've interested about, we're going to divide you into 3 breakout rooms for the participants. And the first room is for Chung-Ang University. The second room is for Mapua University. And the third room is for Sapienza University of Rome. And for now, you can change your display name. So for the participants, You can change your display names as you can see in the chat box so that we can easily divide you into your desired breakout rooms.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. If you have any questions, you can ask us right away. You can use the chat, or you can just speak to us if if that's more comfortable.
Dindy, I think your mic is still muted.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was speaking earlier. Okay, so let me start the session. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Denti Azaria, and you may call me Denti. I'm the volunteer of ITS Global Engagement, and I will be your moderator to guide our discussion in this breakout room session. So before we continue, I would like to remind you all to turn your camera on if there are no technical issues, as it will be counted as your STEM for it point. Thank you. And I would like to say thank you to our speaker, Ms. Lee Nayon, and also Mr. Choi Nakyan, for taking some time out of your busy schedule to join in this event with us today. And Mr. Choi and Ms. Lee is the Korean Student Ambassador of Chung-Ang University South Korea, or the GLAM. So hello, Mr. Choi and Mrs. Lee. How are you?
Hi, we're doing great. Thank
you. Thank you. So in the previous session, we already got some new insights, such as the opportunities to join the program at Chung-Ang University and other general information, such as the living expenses and also about the scholarship. So for the next 20 minutes, you guys may ask more detailed questions related to either the university or about the programs. So please do not hesitate to ask the questions using the raise hand feature and send it through the chat box using the format that has been given by the committee earlier. And teman-teman juga bisa menyampaikan pertanyaan teman-teman melalui bahasa Indonesia, kemudian nanti akan dibantu untuk translasinya oleh panitia. Okay, so we already have a lot of questions here, I believe. We already have 2 questions. No, okay, so we already have 1 question here. From Nadine, I want to ask, is there any program offline for urban planning students that is open for registration in the near future? And I want to ask regarding the scholarship, is it applicable for all major? Maybe from Mr. Choi or Ms. Lee can answer the question.
Yes, first of all, my major is urban planning and real estate. So yes, there is a major for urban planning. There are also other majors such as urban system. I'm not really sure about the name because it's not my major, but there are like 2 other majors that are related to urban studies. But yes, for urban planning, there is a major. And for the scholarships, Mr. Choi, are you aware of that?
Yes, it is applicable for all major, but you have to you can pick English, Chinese, or French like a native. Yes.
Okay, thank you for the answer. So
this scholarship is applicable for all major? Okay, thank you, Nadine, for the question. And then we will move to M. Ihwan. Mr. Ihwan, you may deliver your question.
Okay, thank you for the time. Maybe I want to ask something about scholarship in the South program.
Okay, hello, Mr. Ihwan. Are you still with us?
You've listened before, so I want to ask, and then how do this practice use in Indonesia? Thank you.
Okay, maybe Mr. Ihwan, can you repeat your question because I think there is a technical issues.
Okay.
So, okay.
Can you hear my voice clearly?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. Is there any scholarship that we can apply for South program in Chung-Ang University? Because I don't get clearly your presentation in the session before. Thank you. Is that clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ms. Lee Nayan or Ms. China, you may answer the question.
I'm sorry, I think I couldn't understand the question 100%. Sorry. Can you
Yeah, so they're asking about they're asking about the scholarship. They're asking for the short program.
Oh, you mean the scholarship for the exchange program, right?
Short program.
Oh, short
not
program.
the exchange.
Short program.
Yeah. Yeah, don't worry. Camila also is here to help you if you don't understand, or myself. Yeah. Or should I answer maybe? I will help you to answer, Nayan. Yeah. I will assist you to answer. Yes, okay. Okay, so Ihwan, so normally in Chung-Ang, there is no scholarship for the short program. Again, there is no scholarship for the short program because I guess the short term, the scholarship itself is like some discount. Yeah, as I understood, last year before Corona, I sent about 4 or 3 ITS students go to the Chung-Ang University winter school. They only get the discount, but not scholarship, and it's common in almost in Korea. Yeah, university. If you join the short program, they never give you full scholarship like in other country, unfortunately. Yeah, mostly they do skin because the program is quite packaged well, and also they get some credits and including some official trips and culture. For the exchange student in Chung-Ang, in last year, several years ago, our student for student exchange got what we call is GKS. Global Korean Scholarship, yeah, but it's not guaranteed. Unfortunately, it's not guaranteed. And as I understood, the system is the university will apply first to the Korea government, and the Korea government will be announced who will be all the exchange student Korea got it. So not only in Chung-Ang. So for example, like last year, all of our students get the scholarship, but 2 years ago they didn't get scholarship. Yeah, for example, right now, Audrey in France, in Chung-Ang, they didn't get any scholarship from GKS. So it depends, yeah. Unfortunately, we cannot guarantee. That's why if we announce the announcement about Korean student exchange to the Chung-Ang University, we never mention about the scholarship because it's not guaranteed yet. But when you get it, it's quite helpful you to live in the Korea. I hope it can answer you. Thank you so much, Kamsamida. Back to the Denti.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Wahyu, for a really complete explanation. So maybe we will move to the next question. Before that, Mr. Ihwan, is that clear for you?
Okay, clear.
Okay, thank you for the question. Kamsahamnida. Okay, so for the next questions, we have the question from Furqan. Does Chung-Ang University collaborate with KSGP or NIED for student exchange scholarship, and usually for exchange program to start? When does the exchange program to start? I mean that. Yeah, that's the question.
Yeah. So I will answer. Yeah, the scholarship is already answered before. So maybe Nayon and Akwen, can you help them to ask, explain about study period, when the fall and when the spring semester will start?
Okay, so the spring semester starts from March to mid-June, and the fall semester starts from September to mid-December.
Okay, so also I would like, maybe Dentia is okay. I saw the question still related, yeah, in the chat box. So I just got the info from the international office of Chung-Ang by today. So I will start the announcement to Chung-Ang maximum tomorrow. Okay, for the one who interested to study in the Chung-Ang University for student exchange, please wait the announcement in our website, ITS Global Engagement, maximum on tomorrow. So you may refer all the requirement to refer to our website. That's it. Yeah, I hope it's clear. So you may skip related if the student asking about the requirement. So normally requirement is like the student action normally in ITS. Yeah, you may get the information or from the previous information from website. I just want to clearly mention, since also Camila is here. Camila, yeah, are you here? Camila, because also go to the Chung-Ang during the pandemic. So now the Chung-Ang is require you to go 14 days karantina. Yeah, all of our students who go to the Korea is actually the rule from the government, right? From the government. I'm not sure if the Nayon and also Nakyon know about how much for the quarantine days. That's why I bring Camila here, yeah, to who have experience. But Camila is Ansong campus and another one in Seoul campus. Of course, the price is different. Yeah, so later maybe Camila, you may ask from Camila if how much the quarantine 14 days quarantine. But thanks God in Chung-Ang you may they also providing quarantine 14 days in the dormitory. It's not provided in other universities. Such as, if I'm not mistaken, in Cheonnam, yeah, they didn't provide it in the university. Yeah, so the Chung-Ang is provided. Yeah, but basically the international office will guide you regarding the option for 14 days quarantine for the COVID-19. Yeah, Denti, back to you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Wahyu. I believe the answer from Mr. Wahyu is already covering the answer for Mr. Furkan and also Miss Fania and also Miss Jasmine. So I believe it's pretty clear for you all. And we will move to the next question. We have Miss Alfina here raising her hand. You may deliver your question.
Okay. I'm Alfina, and currently I'm an exchange student at Chung-Ang National University, Gwangju. As I'm an exchange student in Chung-Nam, we held the classes is online, and for the examination is offline. How about Chung-Ang? Is there any offline classes, or all of the courses is held online? And also, how about the study condition in Chung-Ang? Okay.
So because of Corona, we've been having classes online for 1.5 years right now. And we're not really sure about the next semester, but looking at the numbers of the coronavirus, I think next semester would also be online. However, as far as I know, classes that have experiments, like science experiments, I think they have the chance to come to the campus. But for other classes that just teach words, you wouldn't be able to, have classes offline.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Nayon, for the answer. And Ms. Alvina, is that clear for you?
Okay, it's clear enough.
Okay, thank you for the question and answer. And then next we will move to Mr. Arman. You may deliver your question.
Okay, so sorry due to my poor internet connection and technical difficulties, I uh, I cannot turn on my camera. Is that okay? And is my voice clear?
Yes, it's very clear.
Okay, so my question to Chung-Ang is similar to the first question. Are there any programs or scholarships that are related to biomedical or electrical engineering? Because if I'm not mistaken, one of my upperclassmen, um, he's from biomedical engineering. He's taking electrical engineering course, but in a different campus. So I'm just curious about any courses or programs or scholarships related to electrical engineering or biomedical engineering. Thank you.
Okay, maybe Ms. Nayan or Mr. Nakyan may answer the question.
Thank you for your question. We're not really sure about the whole scholarship about each major and department, but I think there would be a scholarship for every major. So just in case, you can email our school's email address and ask them about the scholarship, and they would give you a detailed answer.
I will
you.
answer to your question,
Okay.
Ms. Nayon. Thank you. Nayon Chi, thank you. So the program is what we call is Global Korean Scholarship for ASEAN and Science Engineering Program. So normally we will held every year in every July or August, and normally Chung-Ang will get to host for the electrical engineering file. Yeah, so that is kind of training short program, 2 months. Yeah, about 6 weeks. Yeah, normally only 6 university in Korea will be selected by the government in order to hold the 24 ASEAN student in every university. So Chung-Ang University normally always hosts for the electrical engineering. However, like I mentioned, like Ms. Nayon mentioned before, because due to the corona, the program is suspended. Yeah, the program is suspended starting last year. The last year we held this program in 2019. Yeah, on that time there is also electrical engineering and biomedical engineering student ITS go to the July for August, and the program is fully funded by the Korean government. Yeah, maybe that's the mention the program. Yeah, again, unfortunately, still not open yet due to the pandemic COVID-19. Maybe if they will open again, the Korean government will be considered to host the program again, but we're still not sure about the program. That's why if you see from the Nayon presentation before, they already said that due to the COVID-19, some program is suspended. So for a moment, only for the exchange. Yeah, but like like you can go to the exchange, but still mostly the class still go to for the online and also hybrid. But yeah, some of them still hybrid maybe for the experimental. However, yeah, so mostly they only offer for the exchange because if you go to the exchange program, it's worth it. You go to the 14 days quarantine. It's only short program. Maybe it will be takes much time for you and take much price for you to pay for the quarantine stay. Only stay in the Korea for short term. That's why for a moment ITS only allow the student go to Korea for the exchange or a program more than 3 months. Thank you so much, Denti.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Wahyu, for the answer. I believe it's pretty clear for those of you who asked the same question. And Mr. Arman, is that clear for the answer?
Yeah, it's all clear. Thank you for answering.
Okay, thank you for the question also. And next we have a question from Maritza. And she wants to ask about the college life in Korea, like the companionship or like the things that we should aware when we are in Korea. And I believe about the cost of living in Korea is already answered by the presentation earlier. Yeah, about the culture, how we should face the culture in Korea.
You can understand.
Yeah. Maybe Ms. Nayan or Ms. Nakan can answer the question.
Okay. So I'm not sure if you're talking about the companionship between the exchange students, but if you were talking about the exchange students, then there are many events that us GLAMs prepare where all the exchange students can, go somewhere and hang out together. There will be many events like that, so you would have a lot of chances to get to know each other, and not just exchange students, but there's a place called Global Lounge, as I told you in the presentation. So if you go there, you would be able to meet Korean students as well. And I think many Korean students are interested in making foreign friends. And they're really interested in, developing their English and other language skills. So they would be really friendly to foreign students as well. And there are also clubs in the university, and almost all of the clubs also welcome exchange students as well. So if you're interested in anything, you can join the club and get to know the local students as well. And anything you have to be aware of. I think that Korea is quite safe. So like even if you stay out till 12 a.m. or like 11 p.m., the buses and subways are still running. So you would still be able to come back home. And if you stay in a cafe and if you have your own table and you leave your stuff on the table and, just keep your seat empty for 1 or 2 hours, your stuff would still be there. So it's really that safe. But you still have to be careful every time. But anyways, people are quite friendly and they want to help each other out. So I think that wouldn't be much of a problem.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Nayan, for the answer. Okay, so I believe Korea is a safe place for you to go to for an exchange program. And okay, so I hope that answered the question from Maritza. And we will move to the next question. There is the question from Katiana. What is the usual ratio of applicants and accepted applicants for a short or exchange program? Maybe from Mr. Wahyu can help?
I should answer, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should answer the question. Yeah, because it's under of our agreement. I'm not sure they will understand. So for the Chung-Ang University, and also as I understand from the Korean government rule government, from our agreement that they mention about Chung-Ang University only can receive maximum 2 ITS student per semester. Yeah, so normally it's maximum 2, yeah, up to 2 student of ITS every semester. However, due to the COVID-19, maybe it will be changed. So I will communicate again later with Mr. Answer Lee, or also I forgot the name, I forgot the staff, yeah, the staff from the inbound. However, normally also the ratio applicants only 2 or 3, and then 3 of them will be, as long as you meet requirement. Also you can, the most important about exchange is courses. So you will already check your courses is available in the Chung-Ang for the English, and we check that you'll be able to speak for English, and also you have preparation enough for the financial things. So we will recommend you to go your application to Chung-Ang University, because normally the process, ITS student need to apply to my office, and then we will have interview and screening process selection document, and then we will recommend you to the Chung-Ang University International Office, and then Chung-Ang International Office will give you some online application. Yeah, the online application must be, they will give you online application after we send our nomination first with the criteria and the data that I need to fill. Yeah, especially about everything, the information. And also talking about the excellent student, because I understand that because I've been there too, and we have so many alumni from Chung-Ang for the exchange. The TOEFL is of course 477. Yeah, you need to check later again in the website. And also I would like to mention that the condition for the business management for the one who apply to business or international business, because in Chung-Ang business is one of international program. So normally I'm more strict about the one who apply to the business, because should be you will have a lot of communication over there, so your proficiency a bit higher than another department. This is our concern. So you normally we will put some strict regulation. However, it can be changed. Yeah, you need to check our website for the requirement. And also to answer maybe because it's almost 4 p.m. so I guess this is the last question before we close the breakout room. I give opportunity to Camila. Camila, are you here? Camila?
Yes, hello, Mr. Wahyu.
Okay, so Camila, maybe you may ask them explain about the quarantine 14 days in Korea. So maybe they will have impact if they go to the exchange in Chung-Ang, especially how the quarantine 14 days in Korea as well. Thank you.
I'm so sorry, I didn't
Karantina,
really.
karantina 14 hari.
Okay, so you're asking about quarantine and in
Karantina,
Chung-Ang University.
iya. Karantina.
All right, so
Yes.
I went to Chung-Ang University last year in 2020, and the government in Korea has not released the mandatory quarantine for 14 days at the moment, so I don't really know for now. But as for Chung-Ang University, they have the quarantine for 14 days minimum. So later on, when you get to the dormitory, they will check all the requirements that are asked for, just like your TBC result. You need to hand the staff the result, and then after that, they need to check your body temperature and so on. And then after that, they will guide you to your room. So you will stay in the dormitory, the room, for about 14 days, and they will provide meals 3 times in a day, and you can actually ask in exactly what time you want the foods to be delivered to you. And then after 14 days, they will later on check your body condition, and after that you can move to another room, not the one that you used to stay for 14 days, and after that you're free to explore the campus. I think that's I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, the difference only is, I understand, and after you go out from the dormitory quarantine, you need to PCR test again and must be negative. Yeah, so they just make sure that your condition is really stable condition. Yeah, so I think that's all. Yeah, if you still have further question, you may ask to the internet Chung-Ang, or maybe because we have a lot of alumni from Chung-Ang, yeah, you may also consult with your apartment. So the same as with the question, yeah, because from this row, currently Audrey still in the Korea in the Chung-Ang University in Ansong campus for design. Your question is maybe it will be difficult for me to answer, also including Nayon and Nakyun, yeah, because I'm not sure they are from design. So it's better to asking to the Audrey directly. But don't worry, next month I will have Instagram session with Alvina and Audrey for the sharing session study in Korea in Chung-Ang University and also in the Cheonnam National University. So you please wait our session for tomorrow, but because the deadline is for the exchange Chung-Ang is this month, so it's better to contact Audrey directly. I believe Audrey is your senior in industrial product design of ITS who taking design in Chung-Ang University. Yeah, Denti, back to you for the end of the session to bring back to main room.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Wahyu, for a really, really complete explanation about the program and also about the procedure if we want to apply for an exchange study. And then, unfortunately, the time for the session has ended. Thank you for your enthusiasm. And once again, I would like to thank our speakers for your insightful explanation. And last but not least, Mr. Choi Na-Ken and Ms. Lee Na-yeon, do you have something to add for the closing statement?
If you guys happen to come to Chung-Ang University later on, you would be able to meet us and the other glams. So we hope to see you later on. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Na-yeon. And Mr. Na-Ken, do you have something to add?
First of all, thank you for inviting us. And it was great experience to us. And I hope to see you guys again. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so that's the end of our session today. Dear participants, that is all from me as the moderator in this session. So yes, please return to the main room to continue our next agenda. Once again, thank you so much.
Back to the meeting room, okay? Back to the main room. So you may click leave breakout room. Please click leave out room, not leave the meeting. Thank you.
Basically, I think these questions ask about what makes Mapua University different, I guess, in the study method.
Okay. First of all, because we have a quarter system, so I guess that makes it different in a way from other universities. So you might seem to, when you come in, it might be a little bit overwhelming to you at first because as a quarter system, each term of the university has about 10 weeks, 11 weeks, including the final. So that's just about roughly 3 months. And the difference is that you get to have less classes compared to a semestral kind of calendar. So say, for example, in a semester kind of calendar, you get to have around 7 classes or 7 courses enrolled. So that makes up about 21 units of credit. In Mapua, we only have about a maximum of 15. And as exchange students, we actually limit that to around 12 units per term because you will have to stay for another term to make it an equivalent to a semester. So roughly, what it means is that you get to concentrate more on the courses that you have enrolled because you have lesser courses that you need to focus on. Okay, so but the difference probably is that because it's a little bit shorter in period compared to a semestral, where a semestral is about 5 months, and for Mapua term it's about 3 months. So it might be a little bit overwhelming at first, but you get to realize sooner that it's easier actually to concentrate on the courses that you have. So that I would say would be the difference. And right now we're also implementing what we call modular classes. So each of the courses, there are specific modules and you're given time, or you're given ample amount of time and chances for you to really learn about the modules inside those courses. So that's the difference, because we are an outcomes-based, we implement an outcomes-based education. So we're giving more chances for the students to really learn about the modules that are in the modules inside the courses, so that they get to really learn about the course itself. So we're more focused on the outcomes rather than the lectures itself. So I guess that would be the difference.
Okay.
Does that answer the question?
Yes, I hope. I believe that answered the question. Okay, so first of all, I'm sorry if my camera is turned off to you, because in my screen you are lagging right now because my internet connection is bad right now. So I will continue. So is there anyone here who wants to ask directly? Oh, okay. So Danielle. you want to ask a question directly, okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Ms. Moderator. Thank you, Dr. Ira. I would like to ask, do Mapua University will do do the offline learning soon? Do Philip or more generally, is Philippines are going to open the border in short time? And my second question is, in Philippines, is it easy to find halal food? And also, I would like to ask about the living cost. I would like to ask more detail about living cost. Is it Mapua is, if I'm not mistaken, is located in Manila, is it? So considering it is in the capital of the country, is it considerably expensive if we study in Mapua, and the living cost there, is it expensive? Thank you.
So to answer the first question, right now the borders are well, not yet open. So even our classes are still held fully online, and we are still waiting for the issuance of a face-to-face class or a blended class by the first term of this academic year, so which is around August or September. Right now, the news is that there are some programs that will be allowed to do blended classes, so meaning half face-to-face and half online classes. We're preparing for that, but we still have to wait for a official announcement from the Commission on Higher Education and from the Philippine government, particularly from the Office of the President, whether we will be really allowed to do blended classes by first quarter of, or the first semester or first quarter of this academic year. So in which case we're prepared either way. So we're prepared to do either the blended or the fully online. But whichever case that may be, we're actually allowing, or we're actually open to accept nominations for the exchange program, whether that will be on a virtual mode or on a blended mode, which we're flexible in that regard. Meaning, if, say for example, it will be inconvenient for the international students to come in to the Philippines because of the government policies as a result of the pandemic, then we're flexible to do a virtual exchange program. Now, in terms of the living expenses, it's not, compared to Indonesia, I think it's just around the same in terms of the living expenses. Obviously, of course, because we are in the heart of Metro Manila, it's a rather bit expensive compared to provinces that are in the outskirts of Metro Manila, like Batangas, Cavite, and all that. But if you compare it to your living expenses in Indonesia, I would say that it's just about the same. Right, Shai? Because you've been to Indonesia as well.
That's correct, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. So maybe, Shai, you can give them some clues on how much is, a cost of a meal a cost of the meal in the Philippines. If they say, for example, go for a fast food chain. So in fast food chain, you can have a meal that costs around
100. Yeah, 60 to 100.
60 to 100 pesos. I don't know how much that is in ringgit. Sorry, do you use ringgit? Wait lang. Ringgit is in Malaysia. My bad. What's your currency?
Rupiah.
Huh?
Rupiah.
Rupiah. Yeah, sorry. So I'm not really sure how much that will mean in your currency, but that's around 60 to 100 pesos per meal. In the fast food chains would be the average. And if you're going to eat in in a what we call
we call it karinderya. It's a side store where they cook meals for, or they cook bayans and prepare and sell food. That will be a little bit less, so around 50 pesos or so. But we don't recommend our international students to go into those kinds of stores. But if they're, you know, adventurous and they wanted to try, because Filipino loves to cook, so there are you know, nooks and places where you can buy food everywhere. But I know that one of your concerns is in terms of your food, as you have to have it as halal food. There are a lot of restaurants that are surrounding Metro Manila that offer halal food. Grab jobs also will show you whether their food has halal. And in the campus itself, actually we have concessionaires as well that takes note of offering halal food to our Muslim students, because we also have Muslim students. Does that answer your question? Did I miss any questions?
No, no, no. It's all clear. Thank you.
Okay. We look forward to having you in Mapua. If hopefully by next year, if all this pandemic is cleared up.
Yes, yes. I would like to go to Mapua. Arigato.
Actually, Ma'am Ira, almost all of the expenses between Philippines and Indonesia are almost the same. It's almost the same. Food, transportation, and other necessities are almost the same.
Okay, so thank you for the very elaborate answer for Dr. Ira and Ms. Shaina. That was about the offline program and the living cost, I guess. And here we have another question in the chat box. Okay, wait. The first one would be asked by Dea Amaris, I guess. Okay, she asked, is there an Indonesian student association in Mapua University? So if I do an exchange there as an Indonesian, I can also associate as other with other Indonesian students.
We don't have a particular association for Indonesian students in the university, but we do have the organization for international students, which basically is composed of all the international students that we have that are degree seeking. And they are the ones that we seek help as ambassadors of Mapua to help with the exchange students, in terms of orientation, in terms of being their student body. And not only about not we also have a group of Filipino students that we assign as a student body to each of our exchange students, just to make sure that they will be able to assist them in whatever aspect of their stay in Mapua, whether that's academic or cultural or non-academic concerns. So we don't have an actual association for Indonesian students because we only have a few Indonesian degree-seeking students, but we do have an organization for all international students.
Okay, thank you very much for the elaborate answer. I hope that answer your question to Dea Amaris. Okay, thank you so much, he said. Okay, I guess that's for the student body, I guess something like that. For the next question, maybe we have Zakir here. He raised his hand. Okay, you can go on and ask your question.
Okay, thank you, Nur. So I want to ask about, as I know that Papua has a joint program, is there any department in ITS have joint program with Mapua?
For now, we are working on a joint program with industrial engineering. So we're not yet there. We're still in the process of articulating the curriculum or mapping out the curriculum. I'm right. Sorry, wait. YU is not here. Shy, right? That's with industrial engineering, right?
That's right, ma'am.
Yeah, correct. So we're working out a joint program or a double degree program with ITS on industrial engineering, but it's still in the works. We're hoping that within this academic year, we'll be able to map it out, then forge the agreement. And so hopefully, by next academic school year, next year, we'll be able to offer the joint program or the double degree program to both Mapua and ITS students. But for now, for this coming school year, 2021, I suppose it will not be possible yet because we're still mapping out the curriculum.
Okay. So actually, I am from industrial engineering, and I just want to make sure about it. So maybe it could be happen in next year and 2022. Yeah.
If you're on your, because in how double degree works is that you still have to have some a minimum number of credits from ITS so that you can be admitted to Mapua for the double degree program. That's based on the agreement that we're gonna forge right after we are done with the mapping of the curriculum. So if you're in your first year or second year, then it's still okay because by next year you'll be able to once that is offered as a joint program or a double degree program between Mapua and ITS, then definitely you can be nominated to be a student of the double degree program.
Okay. Thank you. And maybe last question. So how long the duration about the joint degree later?
Right now we're talking about 2+2, so that's 2 years in ITS and 2 years in Mapua, or depends on the mapping. We're still looking at it. It could be a 3+1, it could be 3 years in ITS and 1 year in Mapua. We're not really sure about that yet because we need to map it out first so that we'll be able to see and compare how many courses must be needed in ITS, and because there are mandatory courses as well that are required by our government, by our commission, and there are also mandatory courses I believe that could be required by Indonesia. So we're still working it out. As soon as it's done, then of course the global office will definitely give the announcement and the dissemination of information about how the double degree program will work. But those are the choices that we have, either 2+2 or a 3+1 program.
Okay, thank you for the answer.
We look forward to having you. If this turns out okay by next year, we look forward to having you here.
Okay, so thank you, Zakir, for your question. I guess good luck for you. So maybe next year you have good luck and you can attend the program in Mapua University. Okay, so I will go on to the next question. Okay, so truly virus. Do we need to learn basic Tagalog to socialize with other students, or the students there tend to use English as their daily conversation? Thank you. Oh, maybe I would like to add that there is a similar question in the registration form. I will read it out for you. Okay. So the participant asked, in attending some courses in Philippines, do we have to be fluent in Philippines native language? I guess Tagalog, or is it fully English?
Yeah, to answer that, all of our courses are delivered in English. The medium of delivery is always in English, except for courses that are actually that are actually Filipino. Filipino is the subject that Filipino subject is taught in Tagalog because that's our national language. But all other courses are taught in English. You don't need to learn Tagalog to have a daily conversation with any of our students or staff. because all of us are well versed in English. So you can talk to them in English and they will respond to you in English. But in the same manner, you can also, as a culture part of the cultural exchange, you can both teach each other as a student body and with your classmates the different terms in Tagalog and that you might want to learn. But you don't necessarily have to learn the Tagalog language just for you to make a conversation with any of our students or staff. So English will be fine. Even in the streets, you can talk to anybody in English and they will respond to you. Does that answer your question? Truly, right?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That's a great question, actually, because in the Philippines, we were taught our classes were actually are all in English, even in our primary or elementary, except like I said for the Filipino course itself, which is taught in Tagalog, and the history of the Philippines, which is also taught in Tagalog. But all the other courses are always taught in English. So whether that's science, science, mathematics, all other courses, these are all taught in English.
Okay, so thank you truly for your question, and maybe if the participant who asked the question in the registration form are here, I hope that answers your question. Okay, so for the next question we have Rafi raised his hand again. Maybe you want to ask directly.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity, Ms. Nur. I would like to ask directly to Ms. Aira. Actually, I'm already alumni of ITS, and now currently I'm working, and I'm looking for opportunity to continue to graduate study in Mapua University. As I know, my background is also in computer engineering, which means one of the best pillars in Mapua University. But as I research in the website itself, Mapua University only provide scholarship for Filipino citizens, the ERDT scholarships. So is there any other ways for international students to go to Mapua University and also get the scholarships?
Unfortunately, the government only provides scholarships for Filipino students. We don't have any scholarship grants as well for masters or postgraduate studies. So the only scholarship available will be coming from our government agencies like ERDT, DOST, and CHED. But unfortunately, that is only provided to Filipino students. So if you're gonna come into Mapua as a graduate student, unfortunately you will have to shoulder your expenses in terms of studying. We have scholarship grants for that.
I see. So it's also like usually in other university, the professors will provide us with a scholarship, like the stipends given from the professor itself. So there are no other ways like professor provided stipends for the students.
Yeah, we don't have that program yet because I know what you mean, because in other universities like Korean universities, Japanese universities, the professors are receiving research grants from their government. But like I said, in the Philippines, it's most for scholarship grants, or grants are usually given to the students and not the professors. So the professors will not be able to share any stipends with you or in terms of research. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the case in the Philippines.
Okay, thank you so much. This really helped me for my research. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Rafi, for your question. I hope that answers your question. Okay, so we have another question here in the chat box from Cindy. Is there such a joint degree program of internship for a chemical engineering student? If yes, during this pandemic, Oh, if yes, during this pandemic, are that program open? Thank you. Maybe this has been answered before, but you may want to add something.
But let me just clarify that. Are you asking whether there is a joint degree program for chemical engineering between ITS and Mapua, or are you just asking whether there is a program for internship for chemical engineering students? Because internship and joint degree program would be kind of different. Just to clarify to Cindy.
Hello, Cindy. Maybe you would like to clarify your question.
Maybe Cindy want to ask both. So is there any
Okay.
for internship and for joint degree?
Okay. We don't have a joint degree program yet for ITS and Mapua for chemical engineering. Because like I said, we're still working on one. But we're hoping that after the industrial engineering, we'll be able to replicate that with other programs, if it will be possible. As for the internship program, like I said in my presentation earlier, if you come in as a student exchange, then you can basically enroll the OJT course that we have. And because of that, we'll be able to deploy you to any of our partner companies for the internship program. Unfortunately, during this pandemic, as I mentioned earlier, even our own classes are on face-to-face, and the internship program that we also have right now is on a virtual mode. So what we did was to ask our partner companies if they will be willing to do a virtual internship program for our students during the course of this pandemic. And right now, we only have about 60 of our 500 partners who were willing to accept our students for the virtual internship. So what really happens in the virtual internship is that they're given tasks, they're given projects that they need to work on, and they are supervised by the immediate supervisor or whoever is assigned in the company to monitor the progress of the students as in terms of their daily tasks and project implementation. So that's how we did the virtual internship program right now because of the pandemic. But if you're looking into, really coming in over to the Philippines and really experiencing and being immersed in a company and see how business operations in the Philippines could be different in Indonesia, then I would suggest that we let this pandemic be over, hopefully by next year. And when you come to the Philippines by next year as an exchange student, then you can enroll the OJT course that we have so that you can be deployed to any one of our partners. Does that answer your question, Cindy?
Okay, Cindy, maybe Cindy can turn on her mic. So I guess your answer is very elaborate. I guess that answers her question. Okay, so that question, unfortunately, that will be the closing of this breakout room session. Thank you for enthusiasm, everyone, and also thank you very much to Dr. Ira and Miss Sain for the answers. Okay, so maybe from Dr. Ira and Miss Sain, do you have something to add for the closing statement?
Yes. Thank you very much for your interest in Mapua. We do while this pandemic really how do you say it? This pandemic really challenged us for over a year, but it doesn't mean to say that we should stop in terms of expanding our horizon and learning from a different perspective in terms of exchange programs and other international programs that you can join. And we're really very interested, or we're really very excited that all of you are interested to come over to Mapua for whatever program that you may think of. So if you have any questions, please
feel free to ask us. You can always reach us the through the email address at international.programs@mapua.edu.ph. Maybe Shai, you can put it in the chat box, or you can always force it through the ITS Global Office. And Sir Wayu is always, is a good friend of mine. We can chat with each other. If you have any other questions that you have in mind, please feel free to ask him and to ask me through him, and we'll be able to answer your questions. You can also visit our webpage at the international programs under the Mapua website for you to have more information. Okay. So thank you everyone for joining the breakout.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Era and Miss Jane. And actually, the breakout room will close soon, so I hope all of your curiosity has been answered. Okay, so you can all return to the main room and continue to the next agenda.
Have Nakyon, maybe you can send me the email, or your email.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, for Miss Esther and Miss Graziella. Maybe we will wait until all the participants join the breakout room, and then we will start the breakout room session.
All right.
Okay, good afternoon, good morning, and hello everyone. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Indri. I am the volunteer of Vitas Global Engagement, and I will be your moderator in this session. Okay, first of all, thank you for Miss Esther and also Miss Graziella for your willing to share with ITS students about Sapienza University of Rome, Italy through this Let's Study Abroad program. Let me remind you again about Miss Esther Latini. She is the Erasmus Plus International Credit Mobility Team of Sapienza University of Rome. And also we are here with Miss Graziella Gaglione. I'm sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. Okay. In the previous session, you guys already got insights about Sapienza University of Rome and also what Italy as well, and the opportunities to join program in Sapienza University. Thank you for the presentation, Miss Esther Latini. It was very informative and interesting. Okay, so for the next 20 minutes, you guys can ask more detailed questions related to the Sapienza University of Rome, and also consult with Miss Esther Latini and Miss Drusilla here as the representative of this university. Do not hesitate to convey about anything you still think unclear, or perhaps you need more explanation related to the previous presentation. You can just use the raise hand feature, or you can type your question on the chat box using format name _NRP question, or as you can see the example sent by our committee in the chat book in the chat room. Okay, maybe for participants, do you have any question? Just type your question on the chat box, or you can just use the raise hand feature. Okay, maybe while waiting for the participants to prepare their question, or I would like to ask the question. It is also from the participants, but it is
submitted on the registration form for Miss Esther and also Miss Grazilla. Maybe the question is, should we have a language proficiency if we want to apply for the student exchange in Sapienza University? Maybe you can answer.
Thank you for the yes, thank you for the question and thank you for moderating this. Well, yes, we offer courses both in Italian and in English according to the courses that you would like to attend. So if they are in Italian or if they are in English, we request you to have a certification or a proof that you know this language. So a proof of English or a proof of Italian, and the minimum level that we require is at least B2 in the framework of the level of the knowledge level of English. So this is what we usually request. Of course, it must be you deciding if you can afford attending lectures in English, if your English knowledge is high enough in order to attend the lectures and to understand what you are studying. So this is the minimum requested, but the more you have, the better it is for you to attend the lectures and to understand what you are studying.
Okay, thank you so much for Miss Esther. Maybe for all the participants who are planning to have the student exchange in Sapienza University of Rome, you can prepare your English proficiency scores since now. Okay, for the next question, if we have the certificate of proficiency on the Italy language, is that would make the higher possibility of us selected in the Erasmus Plus scholarship?
Not really. I mean, if you have an Italian proficiency and if you want to attend the courses which are taught in Italian, of course you might have more chances, but it's just because it's more feasible for you to attend courses. Of course, if you do not know Italian, you cannot afford it. So if you plan to insert in your learning agreement before coming to Italy courses which are taught in Italian, having an Italian proficiency, of course, will be a plus to select yourself, let's say.
Okay, thank you so much for the answer. Maybe for another participants, do you have any question? You can just type your question on the chat box, or maybe you can use the raise hand feature. Do you have any question? Maybe I think this is the nice opportunity for the participants. You can consult with the representative from the partner university. Maybe you can just ask any related things about the university as well, or maybe you want to ask, you guys curious about the Italy as well. Maybe we are here, Miss Esther and Miss Grazilla would like to answer your question. Okay, I see the question on the chat box from Sam. He asked about if there are so many applicants and not all of them are accepted, what are the priorities of admission to your university? Is there such an academic task or something? Thank you. Maybe for Miss Esther or Miss Grazilla, you can answer the question.
Graziella, if you want to add something about this, okay. Well, usually we receive the nominations from our partner university. So we receive a list of candidates. These candidates are supposed to upload some documents on our web portal in order to have a clear idea of their academic career, of their background. Once we receive these documents from the applicants, we send these documents to the academic board, which is composed by some of our professors, according to the faculty which you are interested in. These professors are going to evaluate the academic aspect of your application. So basically what we cannot do, because we are not academic, we are administrative. So they will evaluate your applications from an academic point of view. let's say that they try to pick up the best candidates. So the ones with the highest level of knowledge of foreign language, the highest level of their academic scores, maybe some more, I don't know, activities, extra activities from the academic lives. This is what they usually take care about. And also the accuracy of their learning agreement, so of their academic path to the faculty that they want to join. So actually, this is what they consider. And we try to pick up the best ones.
May I add something?
Okay, you may ask.
Because she is, of course, speaking about the Erasmus Plus International Credit Mobility Selection. But we have also the other program, which is the bilateral agreement program. If one of the students who are interested today in our presentation in our university is there, I mean, if one of these students belongs to one of the universities in Indonesia with whom we have a bilateral agreement, then they can be nominated and we do not select them. It's only up to the sending institution to make the selection, because there is a specific number of students who can be nominated. And if the partner university says, okay, these are my 5 students, I want them to come, we do not check their documents. We do not check their academic career. Of course that we check the documents in order to provide them the letter of invitation and so on. But we do not really make a selection according to merit or knowledge or anything.
Okay, thank you so much for the answer, Ms. Esther and Ms. Graziella. It was a very clear answer. From Sam, maybe do you have any feedback question related to the answer? Oh, I also saw Ms. Graziella send the link that you guys can check to understand for the what is it mean by a B2 level of Italian and English language. Thank you so much, Ms. Graziella. Okay, I would like to move on to the next question. It is also from the chat box from Zahra. She asked about the major. Is it possible to apply for the other majors outside of our origin major?
Usually this is possible, also because faculties which are outside European countries are usually different from the ones that we have here. So your faculty, your courses might be something in between 2 or more of our faculties. This usually happens with the economic subjects or with architecture. That might be something in between 2 or more faculties here in Sapienza. So yes, you are allowed to pick up courses even from different faculties.
Okay, thank you so much, Ms. Esther. Maybe I also would like to add some information related to the student exchange in ITS students. Maybe you guys also need to keep in mind that the exchange in ITS is not depends on your department in ITS. So it is depends on the courses that you want to take on the university that you want to be exchanged on. So it's totally okay if you guys are from the different department in ITS and then you want to take the courses from another department on the university. So maybe for Zahra, I hope that answer your question. Okay, thank you so much. For the other participant, if you guys have any question, you can just use the raise hand feature. You can ask directly to Miss Esther and Miss Graziella here. Or maybe if you guys can't have the technical problem to raise your hand, you can just type your question on the chat box. Okay. Maybe for the participants still no other question, I would like to ask another question still from the registration form. Maybe the participant are also curious about the scholarship, the Erasmus Plus from the Sapienza University. Is it a fully funded or it is a half funded scholarship?
Erasmus Plus scholarships gives 850 euro per month plus the travel expenses. The scholarship can be given only once, so for one semester, 6 months. And if you wish to stay longer, all the other expenses will be at your own expenses. So basically you have to fund yourself if you want to stay longer than 6 months. For 6 months, we will pay 800 euro 50 per month plus the travel expenses, which can be paid according to the distance calculator. So we have a flat rate, and according to the distance that you go through, you will receive a certain amount of money back. So it depends on the distance and not on the actual cost of the ticket. I hope this is clear. And this is for the Erasmus Plus ICM, so for the Erasmus Plus program. If any of your students is coming within the bilateral agreements, in that case, we do not offer any scholarships. So they can come, they will be exempted from paying the tuition fees, but there will be no scholarship for them. Okay, is it clear? Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Esther. It is very, very clear. Maybe for all the participants, you can pay attention on the answer from Miss Esther. I would like to go on the next question. You mentioned before that on Sapienza University of Rome, there is no dorm facility for the students. Maybe do you have any tips and tricks so we can get the very for effective for the accommodation in around the Sapienza University of Rome?
Yes, we have an intermediary service which is called Student. Now I'm going to give you the link to that if you want to take a look. And it's basically it's a real estate agency which works for free for students. Their service is for free, as I said, so you do not have to pay anything to this agency, but you will only pay the rental fee to the private landlord. They will help you in finding a house, they will help you in translating the contract into English, they will help you in interacting with the landlord, because sometimes it might be difficult. And at the end, you will just pay the rental fee. So you do not have to pay any additional, let's say, amount for this service. I'm going to send you the link in the chat if you want to take a look to it.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Esther.
You're welcome.
For another participant, oh, I saw someone raise their hand. For Dwi Septian Waluyo, maybe you can introduce yourself and then deliver your question.
Yes, thank you for the chance. My name is Septian. I'm a magister student in ITS. I would like to ask about the exam for entering the Sapienza. Ms. Esther said that we can apply from different subject or faculty. What kind of exam that can be what kind of exam that what kind of exam we have to pass when we want to join with Sapienza? For example, my first bachelor in mechanical engineering and my master degree is technological management. Thank you.
Just one question from my side. Are you talking about admissions to full master degree, to full course, or just for a mobility period?
For action, maybe short term, yeah.
Just for an exchange period, right?
Yeah, next.
So there is actually no exam, no real test for that. You will be selected from your university, which must be sent to us a nomination list, so a list of the candidates that your university will select. And then as far as the Erasmus Plus International Credit Mobility Program is concerned, we will make an evaluation and assessment on this nomination list. So we will basically pick up some students from this list. We will not accept all of them. We will have another evaluation process on this. For the bilateral agreements, your institution will select students and we will accept them with no rules, let's say, okay? We will trust the selections that your university will make first. For the Erasmus Plus, we usually do an additional evaluation because there is a scholarship that we have to pay for that. So we try to select just the best ones because we have to pay a scholarship for this. But for the bilateral agreement students, we just trust the evaluation process of your university. So the ones that your university nominates, we will get them, all of them.
Okay, may I ask once again, what the main goal of the exchange student in Sapienza, maybe short term, what kind of main goal after we back to Indonesia, maybe?
I'm sorry, I guess I didn't hear very well. What's the main?
What kind of main goal after we exchange student in Sapienza, maybe culture goal or something, maybe?
Yes, of course. I mean, we usually also offer a free Italian language course, Italian language and culture course. So it's free of charge for students, for incoming students, but you are not obliged to attend it. So you can come to Sapienza, you can attend courses inside the university and take the exams at the end of the semester so that you can get the transcript of records of all the exams that you have taken, plus you have the chance to attend this Italian language course, which will be totally free for you. And we will also insert this in the transcript of records. So you will find it in your transcript and it will be part of your exams, let's say, at the end of the semester. This is the package that we offer to you. And you can pick up courses from the whole academic offer. As long as you can attend a certain faculty or another courses, you can pick up courses from all the academic offer. All the academic offer is open also to exchange students.
Thank you, gracias.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you so much for the answer, Miss Esther. I think it is also the interesting point when we are going to exchange to Sapienza University of Rome. We also can get the courses about the Italian language and culture. So it is very interesting. So if you guys interesting on the Italian and also the culture, you can just apply for joining the program on Sapienza University of Rome. Okay, thank you so much. I would like to move on to the next question. It is sent on the chat room, but from Rizka Ayuni, she asked using Indonesia, so I would like to translate it to you. About the daily activities in Italy, we usually used English, but if we going to the supermarket and other public facilities, is it easy for us to use the English in Italy? Because in Italy, we also use most of the people, of course, they use the Italian language. So what if we use the English? Is that okay to us?
If you go to downtown, you will have no problems at all. I mean, all of them can understand you and all of them can speak English. inside the university, it's the same. So you might have some problems if you go in the neighborhood of Rome and you go to the small supermarkets buying some food, then you can find someone who cannot speak English, but we are quite famous for our gestures. So if you cannot understand us, somehow we will communicate, so no problem.
Yes, thank you so much. That is so interesting. So you don't have to worry if you don't speak Italian, but you can still speak with the people in there.
Somehow we can communicate. Italians are quite famous for this.
Yes, thank you so much. Okay, for another question, maybe from participants, do you have any other question to Miss Esther? Okay, I saw the question on the chat box from Hannah Resile. Maybe you want to deliver your question directly, or I can read your question. Hannah, do you want to deliver it directly? Maybe.
I'm sorry, but I think my internet connection is not very good right now.
Oh, okay, it's okay. I will read your question. So Hannah asked about I see CC in the past presentation that there are many activities, or as we call it, extracurricular in Sapienza University. For example, the theater and the orchestra. Are the extracurricular open anytime? Meaning, is there is a chance for us to suddenly join and leave the extracurricular? And after we finish our program studying in Sapienza University. And also, what is the first thing we should do in Italy? Okay, interesting question. Maybe you can answer the question, Miss Esther.
Well, thank you for your question. First of all, about the extracurricular activities, they are open throughout the whole year. But if you want to join it at the beginning of the semester, there will be some sessions that you have to join in order to start joining the orchestra or other activities. This does not apply for the sports center, because the sports center is open also for single day tickets, let's say. So you can go there even just for one day and then go away. For that case, you have to let's say plan this at the beginning of the semester. So if you plan to join these activities at the beginning of the semester, there will be some sessions, and you will be included in the activities starting from the first day, let's say. As for the first thing that you have to do, well, probably to summarize, the first thing that you have to do is to attend one of our info day, because we usually organize info days for incoming students where we explain all the things that you are supposed to do from an administrative point of view, from a bureaucratic point of view, so you will not get lost. This is the first thing. Just apply for our info day and we will give you all the information.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Esther. For Hannah, I hope that answered your question. Okay.
Graziella, you want to say something before you? I'm sorry to interrupt you. I guess Graziella is busy with another meeting, so I don't know if she wants to add something before going.
I just wanted to say bye-bye to all of you, and if you need any further information, please do not hesitate to contact us. We will leave you our contacts, of course, and I'm sorry, but I have a meeting and another meeting, so I need to leave. Thank you so much. Thank you for organizing all these, and thanks to the students who did participate. Bye.
Thank you so much, Miss Graziella. Thank you so much for joining today with us. Okay, I'd like to move on to the next question. Maybe the participants also curious about since the Sapienza University of Rome is the partner with ITS, so what kind of benefit that we will get as the partner university? Maybe you can answer the question.
Yes, actually, the first benefit that you will get is to have the chance to have the mobility exchange period here. So, and you can have it both with the Erasmus Plus SCM program and the bilateral agreement. The Erasmus Plus SCM program is currently stuck, as I said before. Unfortunately, the European Commission did not open the call for fundings this year, so we will apply again, and hopefully next year it will be available for everyone. So this is the main, let's say, benefit that you can get. After that, having an agreement with Sapienza, so having an agreement with any university actually might give you the benefit of having cooperation with us, and maybe cooperation in research fields or in any other, I don't know, European program, whatever your university might be interested in.
Okay, thank you so much for the answer, Miss Esther. All right, unfortunately, that question would be the last question on this session. Because the time for this session has ended. Thank you for your enthusiasm, and also thank you very much for Miss Esther Latini and also for Miss Graziella. Okay, for the answer, thank you so much. But last but not least, from Miss Esther Latini, do you have something to add for the closing statement?
Well, the only thing that I could tell you is that summarizing everything in 1 hour, 20 minutes or whatever is definitely difficult. And I can understand that it's not easy to get the difference between the different programs that we offer. So if you probably, I don't know, tonight you will think about it and you will have some doubts, just hit back to us and we will be happy to give you all the information and to give you the difference between all the details that we have talked about today. So I hope you enjoyed and I hope to see you in Sapienza.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Esther. Maybe for the participants who are also interested on applying the program in Sapienza University of Rome, you can check also the website, maybe from the information, the contact from the previous session. I hope you guys take a note on that. All right, thank you so much, dear participant. That is all from me as the moderator in this session. I'm apologizing for any mistake that I made during this session, and we hope all of your curiosity has been... Oh, thank you so much, Miss Esther. We hope all of your curiosity has been answered. And for the participant, you may leave the breakout room and then move on to the main room for continue the next agenda. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you too. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
And you have shared a lot of opportunities which motivates us to do more and more for internationalization and achieve the global standards. And therefore, we've prepared a special gift for our partners. For the committee, maybe can start sharing the screen. So we have a gift for all the partner universities that come here now. So yeah, the first is for Chung-Ang University. And we also have for a certificate of appreciation for Mapua University, and the last one is for Sapienza University of Rome. And as Mr. Wayu said earlier, for Nakhyun and Nayon, you will have a separate certificate given to you by email later on. So we hope that this gift can express our gratitude toward ITS partners. And once again, thank you very much. So before we move on to our very last agenda, we will have a photo session. So we encourage all of
before that, Faza. Hello, Faza. Yeah. Sorry, I just click announcement for the student who attend the LSR. Hello.
All right.
Okay. Oh, just quick. So sorry, Dr. Eira, Ms. Esther, Ms. Shana, Nayon, Elson, Akyong. Sorry. Just very quick. So first of all, tomorrow for our ITES student is mandatory. I suggest to you to watch our YouTube channel in 1:30 p.m. regarding the World Class University Socialization for ITS students, and also new mobility program that coming from our ministry. Yeah, for mobility program that we call ISMA, Indonesia International Student Mobility Award 2020, starting of this semester, and will be later on will be always happening in the every semester. And also this is new information, maybe because it's only international here, Miss Eira and Miss Esther, you might apply. So you may apply to our ministry to host our student, and all the payment will be paid by our Ministry of Indonesia. Yeah, so you may submit the proposal. So starting from the semester, unfortunately, we still maybe I know it's so soon. So I just remind the student to watching our channel tomorrow YouTube. So I hope that next year, maybe in 2022, you may apply the proposal. You may host of our student. I mean host of Indonesian students. So the program is open for Indonesia, not only for ITS. So it's so competitive. Okay, everyone. So there is 4 points that would like to show tomorrow will be socialization. First about WCU for ITS student, World Class University for ITS student, understanding WCU for ITS student. Second is about a new program that coming from our ministry, what we call ISMA, will start on September later, and also so prepare your TOEFL. Okay, so if you have a time, you have money, please prepare your TOEFL and try to apply IELTS. Unfortunately, the minimum is PIA. They will not accept the UPT Bahasa or TOEFL from ITS. You need to apply minimum ITP, but some of them is asking you for IELTS. Yeah, unfortunately, there is no. I cannot do anything because the program for ministry. So I don't have a power to changing anything. So you need to prepare by yourself. I cannot help anything for this. Yeah, and also for the next topic also about scam, or what we call extracurricular for international activities, international exposure. We will also inform you again, so you may prepare from now before you claim in the next semester. And the last one, we have a very good news for you, the new rules for STEM for it. Yeah, later we will have internal point and also international association point that you can change to the scam for pertukaran pelajar or farm for international exposure. So wait for the detail. Please join for tomorrow. Yeah, the department will select about 7 names who join in the Zoom, but for the rest, you may join to the YouTube channel. Okay, in our YouTube channel, ITS International Office is 1:30. Yeah, again, and also another one, if you apply exchange program, unfortunately, we will inform you. All the exchange program will go to our office directly. And the next one is for the LSA, will be coming again in 30 April, yeah, with a partner from Belgium, Thailand, and Japan in 30 April. So you may mark your calendar. Unfortunately, because it's Ramadan, so we only can hold the session, yeah, in 2 p.m. Start on 2 p.m. We cannot hold in another time, unfortunately. Thank you so much. Back to you, MC.
All right, thank you for the another information added by Mr. Wahyu. So now I guess we can start to have a photo session. So for all of the participants that haven't turned on your camera yet, we encourage you to turn your camera on now, because we're going to have a photo session. I think we'll wait. Maybe you need some time to prepare yourself. But yeah, we'll have a photo session after this. All right, I see some of the participants already turning on their camera. Okay, so yeah, I will count to 3 for each pages. So maybe the committee and also everyone can give your best smiles so that we can have a very great group photos. So all right, for the first page, 1, 2, 3. All right, for the next page, 1, 2, 3. Moving on to the third page, 1, 2, 3. All right, this is the last page. Yep, 1, 2, 3. All right, once again, thank you very much to all of our representatives from the partner universities of ITS. And also thank you very much for all the participants that have joined this program. And we also, because we now has finished all of our agenda for today, now I want to share to you also the link for the feedback. So as you can see in the chat box, the committee has already shared a link to the feedback, bit.ly/LSA April feedback 1 with 1 at the end. So I want to remind you again, if you want to get the stamp for it, you have to fill the attendance form and the feedback form that are already shared by the committee. So, and this link will be closed 30 minutes after being shared. So make sure you are open, you are already opening the link right now before it is closed later on, and maybe you cannot claim your stamp for it if you haven't filled the feedback. And all right, I think that's all from us. Thank you very much once again for today. It was very informative and indeed very insightful. And representing all the committee that are present today, we apologize for any mistake that we've made during the session. And we hope after this, you'll be much more motivated to participate in internationalization event. And yeah, hope to see you again in the next event. Thank you so much. I'm Fazza as your master of ceremony for today. Signing off. See you later, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much for all the participants.
Thank you so much, Sapienza, Dr. Era, Miss Sheina, yeah, Miss Esther. We will send certificate for every speaker as well. So yeah, we will read it for everyone, don't worry. But for the student, please don't forget to screenshot, yeah. Again, we will start to give opportunity for international experts who already got more higher than stamp for it. Yeah, so wait for the email. Wait always for my email. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone. So Kelly, you may end the meeting. Yeah, and please make sure you don't forget to check the stamp for it for ITS student. Thank you. Kelly, you can hold the meeting. Bye-bye, everyone.